WordPress 5.8 just dropped, and it may have killed a bunch of plugins. In this tutorial, we're going to look at 5 different plugins that native WordPress functionality could now replace as of WordPress 5.8. You can see them all on your screen here. One of these picks of mine is going to be very controversial. There's going to be a lot of arguing about it, but I'd love to hear your opinion down below after you hear what I have to say about Elementor's market share and other page builders' market share possibly being affected by Gutenberg in the near future. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below this video. I try to answer them the best I can. My name is Bjorn Allpass from WP Learning Lab, where we help you get better at WordPress so you can earn more for yourself, for your customers, and for your business. If you haven't done so yet, click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Now let's get started. To update to WordPress 5.8, log into any one of your websites and click on Please Update Now beside this 5.8 notification. Before you do this, you might want to back up your site. Sometimes doing major updates like new WordPress versions can break your site. So you want to make sure you have a backup you can revert back to in case something goes wrong. It's pretty rare, but it does happen. Once you're on this page, click on Update Now, and then it will run the update, and I'll be back when it's done. WordPress 5.8 is now installed, and there's a lot of changes with 5.8. If you saw my previous video, you saw some of them. In this video specifically, we're going to look at how 5.8 might be replacing bunch of plugins that you might be using on your site. Some of the plugins that we could be replacing are first, this one. This plugin allowed you to upload Webp images. WordPress didn't throw an error. You could use the Webp images on your site. This had 10,000 active installs or more, 10,000 plus. Now this plugin is not needed anymore. It's built right into WordPress. You can upload Webp. I'm going to show you that in this video. The Elementor header footer builder, which is built by Brainstorm Forest, the same guys behind the Astra theme, has 1 million plus installs. And using this plugin, you can easily customize your headers and footers and put blocks anywhere on the site. New to WordPress 5.8, we can edit our headers and our footers right in WordPress, right in the Gutenberg editor, not even the customizer, in the Gutenberg editor. So this plugin, if you choose to go the Gutenberg route, this plugin is no longer required. And I know having Elementor on my killed plugin list is going to be pretty controversial, but hear me out. 90% of the websites I see on a daily basis don't require a page builder to build. They are pretty basic. They look good, but they're not that complicated, and they can be built with Gutenberg. A page builder is overkill for those sites, and a page builder slows down those sites way more than they need to be because they're not that complicated. Some sites have a lot of complex stuff going on, so of course they're going to be a little slower, but most sites don't. They're just not that complicated. They don't have that many fancy features. And so I think what Gutenberg is doing is they're trying to position themselves as the page builder for the majority of websites out there that aren't that complicated. And then page builders like Elementor that are way more advanced than Gutenberg can be used to build those more advanced sites that need more advanced features. The easier sites can be built with Gutenberg, and they're going to be a lot faster for it. And speed is the name of the game these days. So I definitely think Gutenberg is in a position to take market share from page builders. It might not kill them, but I definitely think it'll take market share from them. And so to represent page builders, I just have Elementor here with 5 million plus downloads, but Gutenberg with its updates could possibly be taking market share from all of the page builders, which is millions upon millions upon millions of installs. WP page templates, this is a plugin that's not that big, only 1,000 plus, because most page builders can build page templates. And now with Gutenberg, you can build them right in the Gutenberg editor as well. So plugins like this are no longer required. PDF embedder plugins are also no longer required unless you need some very advanced features that a specific one gives you. Gutenberg now does everything this plugin can do, and there's 300,000 plus installs for this. So if you have this plugin on your site, chances are you don't need it anymore. I'm going to show you in this video what the Gutenberg version of the PDF embedder looks like. In fact, I'm going to show you in this video what all these things look like. Uploading Webp, the header footer editor, page templates, and the PDF embed. And that's the small portion of what 5.8 brings to the table. There's even more beyond this. And I go over some of it in the other video I mentioned. I'll link to that in the card up above in the description down below. And you see more of a complete package of what WordPress 5.8 is bringing to the table. And if you're finding this tutorial helpful, click the like button because that helps this video show up for more people on YouTube so we can spread the knowledge and help more people with this information. So make sure you click like if you like this video. As for now, let's upload a Webp image. Let's go to Media and Add New. And I'm also going to upload the image to a website that doesn't have WordPress 5.8 installed yet, so you can see the error message that WordPress used to throw whenever you uploaded a Webp image. So in the Irving with Family website, we see we don't have WordPress 5.8 installed. If I go to Media and Add New, and then we upload our Webp image, we see we have an error. Upload failed. Sorry, this file type is not permitted for security reasons. If we go to our site that has 5.8 installed, upload the same image, And then I get this error. This image cannot be processed by the web server. Convert to JPEG or PNG before uploading. This site is hosted on InMotion hosting. So it sounds like InMotion can't handle WebP. I didn't know that. So let's open a site that has 5.8 and it's hosted on SiteGround because that one works for sure. So this site's on SiteGround, has WordPress 5.8 installed. If we go to add new and then upload this image, it uploads just fine. There it is. We can copy the URL. You can add it to pages and it shows just like a regular image would because WordPress is now compatible with WebP. I didn't know this problem here on InMotion hosting, so I guess some servers won't be able to support this until the server is upgraded. So be mindful of that. Even though WordPress supports WebP now, some web servers might not. And a follow-up question, how do you even make a WebP image? What you do is you go online and you search for JPEG to WebP, or you search for PNG to WebP, and you can go and find a reputable image converter. And then you can drag and drop your file into here and it converts it to WebP. You can download it and put it on your site. That is still a big hassle. If you want to take advantage of WebP, you can use plugins like ShortPixel, which are image compression plugins that automatically convert to WebP. So you don't have to do this manually for every image. That's much better. Those plugins have not been killed yet because WordPress doesn't have that kind of functionality yet for WebP. So if you are wanting to use a lot of WebP images because they load so much faster, definitely look into a plugin like ShortPixel. I've linked to it in the card up above and the description down below if you want to check it out. And also, I have an affiliate link for it. That link, even for the free version of ShortPixel, will give you more monthly image compressions, 50% more than if you just get the free plugin without that link. And if you do end up upgrading your ShortPixel account, I get a small commission, but it does not make it more expensive for you. Either way, ShortPixel is a great plugin. I use it on all my sites. And with WebP now coming to WordPress natively, those functionalities, other compression plugins might not be needed in the future, but compression plugins do a whole lot more these days, and WordPress doesn't appear to be motivated to replace all those features. WebP is not a big part of those plugins, and those plugins still make it way easier. Now let's check out the next set of plugins being killed: header builders, footer builders, and template builders. To check that out, we go to Pages and Add New. On the right-hand side, we have a template section. This is on pages and posts and even custom post types. And here we have ones that are added by Elementor and ones that are added by my theme. And we can add new ones by adding a short piece of code. This will be something that it looks like it's still in testing. I thought it was going to be released with 5.8, but the short piece of code we found in the description down below. You can paste it into your functions file, and then you'll have this functionality. I'll show you how that works right now. So let's log into the hosting account for this website. And inside of here, we want to go to File Manager and then go to public_HTML, go to WP-content, find our themes list. And we have two themes installed, Ocean WP Child and the Astra theme. And to have a child theme, you should have the parent theme as well. So I don't know why the parent's not in here, but it's likely Astra is the active theme. To confirm what your active theme is, go to the WordPress dashboard, go to Appearance, Themes, and we see that Astra is our active theme. It's in fact the only one installed. And here we have a broken theme. Ocean WP Child doesn't have the parent theme, which we just mentioned. Either way, you're going to see your active one either really big like this if you have just one theme installed, or you're going to have cards of different themes, and the one on the top left is going to be the one that's active. And that's the theme whose files you want to open. So if we go into Astra and then open the functions file by clicking on it and then clicking edit, we can add a short piece of code at the very, very bottom. It's going to add some more carriage return so it's easier to see. And this is something you normally want to do in a child theme, but I don't want to build a child theme just for this tutorial. I have a tutorial showing you how to make a child theme, and then the process of editing the functions file is the exact same, and I walk through how to do that in that tutorial as well. It's in the card up above and the description down below. And in here, we just paste this short snippet, and that's all you have to do. And then we want to delete all the extra white space down below so that that line is the very last line. Do not edit anything else, because doing the wrong move in your functions file will take down your website. For example, if this semicolon is not at the end, this website's going down. If I paste it in here instead of at the bottom, this website's going down. So if you make any changes here, you then have to check your site to make sure it's still active. If it's broken, just undo what you did in this file, and then it'll work again. Click on Save Changes when you're ready. And we come back out here and refresh. And now we're going to have a new link appear under the template box, or in the template box, which is new. If we click on that, we can create a new template. Let's call this new template. Click on create. And in here, we can now edit the header section, something that was previously inaccessible with WordPress proper. You used to have to use plugins like page builders or dedicated header footer editors, or if you're really experienced, you could edit the template files directly. Either way, this is not something you could do in WordPress previously, and now you can. And this is the site title, which you set in the general settings. This is the site tagline you set in the general settings. And now we can edit these right inside this template editor. And we even have special blocks for these. For example, if I click on block over here, this is the site title block. And this one is the site tagline block. And there are even more blocks that make editing over here easier. And they just basically have standard WordPress information. Like there's the tagline, there's the title, the site logo. That's a pretty standard one used in templates. Archive title, if you're building a template for an archive page, that would be important to have. There's a couple others they spread throughout. Here we go. Post title, post content, post date, post excerpt, post featured image, login, logout, post list, query loop. This is actually another plugin that they've killed with this login, logout functionality that we'll get into that I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video. Hopefully I remember at the end. Anyway, these new blocks can be used inside of your templates to make templates for your site, to essentially start building out the theme of your website just in Gutenberg, which is functionality that's brand new. And I know you're going to say, WordPress has been talking about making this functionality for years, and that's all good and fine, but now it's actually here. And now they're going to keep improving it to the point where I'm pretty sure Gutenberg is going to be able to build 90% of websites that are out there. In fact, I think it's there already. If you don't need all the fanciest features that you get with page builders, which most sites don't even have, you can build 90% of the websites out there. Anyway, you build your page templates, you publish them, you save them, and then once it's saved, you exit your template editor, and now we have new template right here. That's the template we just built. So this page we put into this page template. You can have as many as you want. And so you can customize your pages exactly how you want them. And all these templates can use Gutenberg blocks, and you can have third-party plugins that add more blocks, and Bob's your uncle. You have templates for your site. Something else I didn't mention earlier, which is also important to note, but it's not really a plugin killer. If we go to Appearance and Widgets, the widgets are now block-based. If you've been into the widget area before, you'll know this looks a whole lot different than it used to. And now instead of dragging and dropping widgets like we used to do, we can just go into footer bar section 1, for example, click on plus, and we can add any block that Gutenberg provides. No, sorry, not any one. I don't think they're all in there. Like the tagline block that we just saw a moment ago, that can't be found in here. Site title isn't in here. So the ones that are used for templates aren't going to be in here. The query loop one's not here. But any block that's not used in the template builder can be added into the widgets to make your life a whole lot easier. And this is also available in the customizer. So if you go to Appearance and then Customize, we used to have the same process where you're essentially just adding the widgets that you normally drag and drop. You just click on them and then they're auto added into the sections inside the customizer. Now if we go to widgets, we see this theme doesn't display them, so we can't edit them here, but the same functionality will be here if your theme supports them. And by the same functionality, I mean you just add blocks like we just saw inside the regular widget area. So it's not necessarily a plugin killer, but it's a major change for WordPress 5.8. Another major change is the PDF embed. So if I go to posts and just go to any post and edit it, I'll scroll down and right here, I will add a PDF embed, or a file, as they call it. And in here, this is going to add a lot of functionality to the PDF file. So I'm going to upload a file. It's just a blank PDF, just for example purposes. Write file name, let's just call this blank PDF. And now we see the preview rendered. And this toolbar up here is a toolbar with a lot of options. We saw the PDF Embedder plugin that has this toolbar right up here. If you can see it, let's zoom in a bit. We have the ability to zoom, scroll through pages, and that's even it on that one. And on ours now, we can zoom, plus or minus right here, scroll through pages if there are multiple pages. We can change the orientation from horizontal to vertical. We can rotate it. We can download it. We can print it. We can do a 2-page view. Only has 1 page, so that doesn't work. Show annotations, present, which I guess means full screen possibly, and inspect document properties. And if there are multiple pages, we have a list of pages here. We can just click on them to go to those pages. We can close this side menu to get the full area. And we also have the download button. And this is how it used to look traditionally. This section right down here is how the WordPress PDF embed used to work. It was just a download button and that's it. Now we still have the download button because this PDF viewer usually doesn't work on tablets or mobile. So we want to have the download button so people can still access the PDF. But either way, this is a huge improvement on the regular PDF embed that we used to have. And the last thing I want to check out is the login, logout, because that's also a very popular plugin. The login, logout WordPress plugins. Let's see if we can find one over here. Login, logout, WordPress, zoomed in like crazy because it's not too popular. This one has 8,000 installs, but that's not the only one either. Can't find the others. There's also a custom code you can use that's not very difficult to do the login, logout. Either way, this one has 8,000 installs, which is now no longer required because WordPress now has a login, logout widget. And you can put it anywhere. We can put it in the main navigation through a template, which is the best place to put it, or you can even put it right here. Search for login, logout, so you can have a call to action to log in if that presents people with more content. Maybe you have a plugin that restricts content. If they log in, they can see more content. And right now, because we're logged in, it says log out. So if I were to update this, just for a quick example's sake, and here it says log out. And now if I view this incognito, that'll say log in because they're not logged in. So it switches to log in. And you can change the styling of this so it fits in with your main menu styling. If I click on log in, it goes to the login page. And if I click on log out, it then logs me out, as you'd expect. And so that's the thorough list of the potential plugin killers that WordPress 5.8 delivers. And if you have any of those plugins, you can probably delete them as long as you're happy with how WordPress 5.8 executes on that functionality. And then you can save yourself from having extra plugins you don't need. And as I mentioned in this video, site speed is the name of the game. Check out this tutorial right here where I show you to speed up your site beyond what you might think is possible. And also check out this video down here, which is the short pixel image compression plugin I recommend. It's a complete walkthrough tutorial. This plugin does Webp plus a host of other stuff. It's an awesome plugin, so make sure you check it out. If you haven't done so yet, click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. My name is Bjorn Allpass in WP Learning Lab. Till next time, keep crushing it and I will see you in the next video.